just making sure this is the right number for Mallory Bradley.
It is. Who is this?
Nice to meet you. I'm Ellie, the woman your husband is madly in love with. I figured you'd pretend not to know, but come on, you've been dragging this divorce out way too long. It's time to let go. He wants me now. You and those kids are just in the way.
Okay, so you're telling me you're, what, his mistress?
Ugh, I hate that word. We're not sneaking around. We're in love. We've been together for a while now. He tells me everything. I tell him everything. We're soulmates.
Huh, I had my suspicions, but I didn't think the woman he was cheating with would text me directly. That's pretty bold of you to do.
Bold? No, honey, it's called confidence. I'm not going to play second fiddle to someone who's clearly just clinging to a dead marriage.
That's interesting, because Howard's never mentioned a divorce, not once.
Yeah, right. He told me you're being totally uncooperative. All you're doing is stalling and making it impossible for him to move on.
He tells you that, huh? Fascinating. Tell me more.
Oh, I could go on forever. He's miserable with you. He tells me how trapped he feels. You seriously think this is still a real marriage?
I'm just trying to keep up. One second he's silent at home, the next his mistress is texting me out of the blue. Forgive me for being a little confused.
Please, he gave up on you a long time ago. If you're really confused about what's going on, then you're just a moron. No offense.
None taken. So how'd you get my number?
Found it in his phone. Don't freak out. I needed to do this. Woman to woman.
You do realize how weird this is, right?
What's weird is you still pretending this marriage is alive. I'm offering you a chance to walk away with a little dignity.
You don't get to decide what I do with my dignity. If you want me to believe anything, you're going to have to give me more than just your word. I just don't take the word of a stranger seriously, especially when she introduces herself by announcing she's the woman my husband's madly in love with.
Oh, wow. You really want me to send proof? Like photos? Because I can. Plenty of them.
If you have any photos of the two of you together, then yes, I'd love to see them. And if you won't show me any, then I'm afraid I have no reason to believe you.
You really are in denial. Fine, if you won't believe me, maybe this will convince you. I'm pregnant.
I see. You're pregnant, are you?
Yep, his baby is in my belly right now. Which means you need to take care of the 5 he already has. They're not going to be my problem.
Wow, that's quite the ask. You not only know we have 5 kids, but you want me to take them all?
Obviously, you're his wife. You raised them already. You know their schedules, their needs, all that stuff.
If we were to get divorced, then all I'd be taking would be our youngest son.
What? You can't just pick and choose. You don't get to say, I'll take the easy one and leave me with the rest.
The youngest is the only one out of the 5 who is actually my child. The others came with Howard from his past marriages. I think I've done enough work raising other people's children for one time. They're his problem now.
Wait, back up. Past marriages? You're saying he's been married before you?
You didn't know? You're not the first. Far from it.
He told me he was with you for ages, but that's it.
Well, he lied. There were others. Their mothers wanted to take their kids when they divorced him, but he wouldn't allow it. He said he'd raise them himself. He didn't mention the part where he dumped them on whoever he married next.
I seriously cannot believe this right now. He never mentioned being married more than once.
Well, now you know. I'd say you should ask him about it, but I have a feeling he'll just lie to you the same way he lied to me, and probably the same way he lied to the women before me.
Wow. Just wow. Why would he keep something like that from me?
Maybe because he knew it'd scare you off, or maybe because he didn't think it mattered. Either way, it doesn't change much now, does it?
Unbelievable. And yet you still stayed with him?
Not for love. Let's just say I didn't have a whole lot of better options at the time.
Well, I do have options. I can make Howard happy. Way happier than you ever could.
Great. Then you've got nothing to worry about, right?
So then you'll sign the divorce papers? Like, actually go through with it?
Sure. In fact, I've been wanting to get rid of him for a while now. I just didn't think I'd get the opportunity handed to me by someone else.
Good! Finally, we're making progress.
But let's get one thing clear. I'm not taking those kids.
You have to! I can't raise 5 of someone else's brats!
And you think I can? What makes you think I have the time or energy for that? I raised them already. I did my part. Now it's your turn, sweetheart.
This is such a mess. Why did no one tell me he had all this baggage?
Because he probably didn't want you to know. But now that you do, you get to decide if you're still interested. You wanted the man, you're getting the whole package.
You could at least help out.
I am helping by stepping aside. I think a simple thank you would be in order.
Don't be smug. I'm doing you a favor. You should be grateful I came along.
Oh, I am. It's not every day someone volunteers to take a cheating, lying man off your hands. You've done a real public service.
You're being so cold about this. Don't you have any emotions at all?
I just don't waste them on people who don't deserve them. Anyway, there's only one thing I still don't get.
What?
What exactly do you see in a man in his 50s with 5 kids and multiple failed marriages? Genuinely curious.
That's none of your business. And for the record, he's not like that with me. What we have is real.
Sure, because he's always so different this time. Ask any of us exes. We've heard it all before.
I don't care what you think. He's going to divorce you, marry me, and we'll have a perfect life together.
Uh-huh. And the 5 kids? Where do they fit in?
He'll figure something out. Probably send them to boarding school or something. They're not my problem.
Wow, you really think children are disposable, huh? Noted.
I don't need to be judged by you.
Then stop saying ridiculous things and maybe get a job, a well-paying one. You're going to need it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just saying, you might want to keep your expectations realistic.
You're trying to psych me out. That's such a classic jealous ex move.
Believe what you want. I'm just giving you the courtesy I never got.
I know what I'm getting into. Howard loves me. He tells me that every day.
That's nice. He said the same thing to me, and probably the same to the woman before me, and the one before that, and so on.
Wow, you really think you're clever, huh? You're not special. You're just bitter.
No bitterness here, just a quiet appreciation for patterns. Howard's got a lot of them.
Look, I don't care about your experience or whatever. He chose me. I'm the one he wants now.
And he said that to the others too, at first.
Keep talking. All you're doing is making yourself look old and insecure.
Getting older's not the insult you think it is, so you're gonna have to try harder than that to upset me.
He told me you made him feel trapped. Being with me is like breathing fresh air.
He's very poetic when he wants to be. Just don't be surprised when the air starts feeling a little stale.
You were seriously obsessed with tearing him down. You must miss him more than you let on.
Not even a little. I'm just amazed at how confident you are, considering the track record.
Oh, please. You had your chance. You blew it.
If that helps you sleep at night, I won't argue.
You're just jealous. He told me I'm everything you're not. Young, exciting, easy to talk to.
You sound like you're pretty confident in yourself, Ellie. That's good. Confidence is important, especially with what you've signed up for.
Don't act like you know him better than I do.
I know what it's like to be in your shoes. That's all I'll say.
You think you're wise just because you're older. That doesn't make you right.
You're right. What makes me right is that I've lived through what you're about to.
I'm nothing like you. He's different with me. We don't argue. He tells me everything.
That's what I thought too. Until he stopped answering questions, stopped coming home on time, started making excuses.
He wouldn't do that to me. We have something real.
I'm sure you'd like to believe that, Ellie.
Listen to yourself. You're just hoping we fall apart. You want to watch us fail. That's the only way you'll be able to keep your dignity intact after Howard ditches you.
No, I don't care whether you two fall or not, actually. If you're really happy, I won't stand in the way. But when things start feeling off, just remember this conversation.
Why don't you go write a blog post or something? I don't need your tired little warnings.
What can I say? I'm an old woman, Ellie. I have a lot of experience, and I like to share it with younger girls. Especially with ones who desperately need to hear it, like yourself.
Hey, I saw your message. What's going on? Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine, Howard. In fact, I'm better than fine. I'm finally making the decision I should have made years ago.
What are you talking about? What decision?
I want a divorce. And no, this isn't a threat or a scare tactic. This is me being clear. It's over.
Whoa, hold on a second. Where is this coming from? You can't just drop that out of nowhere.
It's not out of nowhere. You know exactly where it's coming from. I know about Ellie.
Ellie? What do you mean? Who is this Ellie person? A friend of yours?
Don't do that. Don't play dumb with me. She texted me. She told me everything.
She what? She talked to you?
Directly. She found my number in your phone. Guess she was feeling bold.
Unbelievable! Why would she do that? That's insane!
Is it? I actually found it kind of helpful. Saved me the trouble of pretending everything was fine for one more day.
This isn't what you think, okay? It's complicated. It's not like I planned for this to happen.
You didn't plan for it, but you let it happen. Over and over. And now she's pregnant.
You know about that, too? She told you?
Yep. You weren't going to tell me, were you? Just let me keep playing house with your 5 kids while you build a new one behind my back.
Mallory, I didn't know how to tell you. I didn't want to hurt you. You have to believe that.
Hurt me? Howard, you've been hurting me for years. You just finally gave it a name.
Look, we can fix this, okay? This doesn't have to be the end. We can work through it. We've come back from worse.
I don't think sleeping with someone else and getting her pregnant is a rough patch, Howard. That's a whole new chapter without me in it.
Please don't do this. Think about the kids. They need you. They love you.
The only child I'm thinking about is my son. I'm done raising children that aren't mine. You had me doing that long enough.
That's not fair, though. You're their mom, Mallory. You're the only mom they know. They call you mom and everything.
Yeah, because you insisted that they do so under threat of grounding. Because I was the one making lunches and going to parent-teacher conferences and staying up with them when they had nightmares. Meanwhile, you were working late.
I didn't want them to go through another broken home. I wanted them to have some stability in their lives, you know?
That's funny. It seems to me like if you wanted them to have stability, you would have let them stay with their mothers, instead of, putting them through a revolving door of mothers.
I don't know what you want me to say here. We built a life together. You can't just throw that away.
I'm not throwing anything away. I'm reclaiming what's left of my life. Something I haven't been allowed to think about since the day I said I do.
You're being dramatic. You're angry right now. I get that.
No, I'm done right now. Big difference.
Look, I know I messed up. I know I've been selfish, but we can start over. We can go to counseling. Please, just don't give up on us.
There is no us, Howard. There's only ever been you doing whatever you want. And me cleaning up the mess. I'm tired, Howard. I'm really, really tired.
Just think about what you're saying. This doesn't have to end this way. You don't have to walk away from the only family you've got.
I'm not walking away from family. I'm walking away from a man who never saw me as his partner. Just a built-in babysitter with a marriage certificate.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do without you. What am I going to do about the kids?
You'll figure it out. You managed just fine when you were sneaking around. You'll manage now.
So you're just gone then? Just like that?
Not just like that. Like this. After years of pretending things would get better. After years of swallowing my pride for your kids. After crying myself to sleep more nights than I can count. That's how I'm leaving.
For God's sake, Mallory, don't do this!
Don't bother texting back. I won't answer. But I will be filing those divorce papers first thing in the morning. Goodbye, Howard. Morning. Just thought I'd let you know. You got what you wanted.
Wait, what?
The divorce is official. He's all yours now. Congrats.
OMG. No.
Something wrong?
A lot has happened since we talked.
I'm sure it has.
Mallory, he's furious at me, like actually screaming and throwing things.
That sounds like a you problem.
He said I broke up his marriage, that I ruined everything.
He needed someone to blame, but let's be real, he was never much of a prize to begin with.
I don't understand. He always said you were the problem, that you were lazy and selfish and cold.
Well, one of us was working full-time, paying the mortgage and covering every single one of his child support payments. Care to guess which one?
What are you talking about? I'm confused.
Oh yeah, surprise! Howard makes next to nothing. I paid for everything.
But he told me he was successful, that you were just using him for his money.
And you believed that? Wow.
He has a nice car, expensive clothes. He tips like a rich guy.
Ellie, sweetie, that car is leased under my name. The clothes? My Christmas gifts. The tips? My card. I have the receipts.
No, that can't be right.
I'm not sure what fantasy you bought into, but I promise it was never based on reality.
So what? You're telling me he's broke?
Dirt poor. The man couldn't afford a sandwich without my debit card.
Oh my God.
Oh, honey, we're just getting started.
What else are you hiding?
Nothing. I'm free now, remember? But you're about to meet the real Howard.
He has so many kids, Mallory. They're always over. They won't stop fighting. The house smells like feet. One of them called me the fake one.
Sounds about right. They used to call me not mom number 3.
Okay, I knew he had an ex-wife or two, but I didn't think I'd be stuck raising his entire lineage.
That's the Howard experience. Comes with emotional baggage, financial ruin, and a built-in daycare.
He made it sound like his kids were mostly grown.
That's what he told me when we met, and they were toddlers.
I didn't think I'd be playing stepmom to his soccer team.
Welcome to my Tuesdays and Wednesdays and every other day he needed help.
I thought we were gonna travel, sleep in, do brunch.
Instead, you're cooking mac and cheese at 9 p.m. while someone screams that their iPad died.
I don't even like kids.
Neither does he. If we're being honest, he just collects them, like Pokemon.
This is so not what I signed up for.
You thought you were the exception. Turns out, you're just next in line.
I thought I was gonna be different, that we were gonna be different.
That's what they all think, that he'd change for them. But Howard doesn't change. He just rotates.
So what now? I just become you?
If you're lucky, I had a job and boundaries.
This is so messed up.
No argument there, but now he's your mess, and I've never slept better.
He keeps saying we'll figure it out, that I just need to be patient, but he's home all day, doing nothing.
Yep, that's the man you fought so hard to win.
I can't believe this. I gave up everything for him. My apartment, my job.
Should have read the fine print.
So what do I do now?
That's the $1,000,000 question. Except in your case, it's more like $50 and an overdue water bill.
Mallory, seriously, what do I do?
Figure it out, like the rest of us did.
You're not even a little bit sorry?
I am sorry that he lied to you. I really am. No one deserves to be misled like that. But let's be honest, you saw the red flags. You chose to ignore them because it felt good to be the one he chose. You made your choices, Ellie, and now you have to live with the consequences. That's not cruelty, it's just reality. You wanted the man? Well, this is the full package. And unfortunately, there's no return policy.
Wow.
You wanted him, now you've got him, and everything that comes with him. Enjoy.
Why?
Well, this is a surprise.
Oh, good. You didn't block me after that last conversation.
What is it, Ellie?
The other moms came by today. They came to pick up the kids. All of them.
Well, that's good news for you, isn't it?
They told me to tell you something.
Oh?
They said thank you.
Really?
They said to tell you thank you for raising their kids so well.
Huh.
They said they were always grateful you were there when they couldn't be. I didn't know what to say. I just stood there.
Well, I'm glad to know my work was appreciated.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking about that for a while now. Like, I've only been doing this for a week, and I'm exhausted.
Try several years without a break while working full-time.
I don't know how you did it, Mallory.
Neither did I. I was just too tired to stop.
It couldn't have been easy.
It wasn't. No part of it was. But someone had to make sure the lights stayed on and the kids were fed.
And you did all that while paying for everything?
Every bill, every school supply, every broken phone, while he bought useless tech and took midday naps.
I used to think you were cold, harsh, like you were trying to make Howard miserable.
I was worn down, and when you're the only adult in the house, you don't get the luxury of being soft.
I get it now. I think I really do.
Then you're already ahead of where I was at your age.
I wanted this fairy tale life. I grew up poor, like really poor. My mom raised 4 of us on her own. We lived in this crumbling old duplex with pipes that knocked at night and windows that wouldn't shut in winter.
Sounds about right. Mine whistled every time it snowed.
We used to tape plastic over the windows. I'd wake up seeing my breath and pretend it was fun, like we were camping. Some nights, dinner was just rice and ketchup. Mom would smile and say it was a special treat. I think she was trying to keep us from feeling poor.
Moms do that. Try to make it feel normal so we don't see how bad it is.
Sundays were coupon days. We'd sit on the floor with flyers, circling things we needed and crossing out everything we couldn't afford. She worked so hard, cleaning houses, babysitting, whatever she could find. I barely saw her awake, and when I did, her face looked hollow.
That kind of tired doesn't sleep off. It becomes part of you.
I told myself I'd never end up like that. I wanted to be taken care of for once. I thought if I found someone successful, someone who really had it together,
you wouldn't have to worry, wouldn't have to hustle.
Exactly. So when I met Howard and he said all the right things, I wanted to believe him. He made it sound like I'd finally be safe. He called me his queen, said he'd spoil me, protect me, build a future with me.
He's good at the script. He's rehearsed it enough times.
And I fell for it. I wanted to believe I was the exception, that I was finally going to live the life I dreamed about as a kid. But now I see, he was never planning to lift me up. He just wanted someone to catch him as he kept falling.
Yep, that's Howard. All wrapping paper, no gift inside.
I know now that I was wrong. I hurt people trying to chase a dream.
You did, but you're not the first woman to learn that lesson too late.
I'm gonna try living with him for a bit, just to see how things go.
You really want to test that theory on hard mode?
I need to be sure. I want to try.
Then make a backup plan now. Secret savings account, car in your name, somewhere to run if it gets bad.
You really think I'll need all that?
I know you will. Howard doesn't get better. He gets heavier.
But the kids, they're not all bad. Some of them are actually kind of sweet.
Of course they are. They've had to grow up fast too. You think you're the only one who's tired?
One of them asked if I was going to be around next Christmas. I didn't know what to say.
Say you'll try, but don't promise them forever unless you mean it. They've heard enough lies.
I'm trying to be honest now. I don't want to pretend anymore.
Then start with yourself. Be honest about what you need, what you deserve, what you're settling for.
I guess I just wanted you to know I respect you now, for all of it.
That's sweet, but respect doesn't erase history. You still blew up someone else's life.
I know, and I hate that. I'd take it back if I could.
That's the part no one warns you about, how long you have to live with it. Even if he's gone, the mess lingers.
Do you think I'm a terrible person?
No, I think you were a desperate person who made selfish choices. We've all been there. It's what you do next that matters.
I want to be better. I just don't know how.
Start small. Stop lying to others, but mostly to yourself. And stop hoping he'll become someone he never was.
You're really not sugarcoating anything, huh?
Sugarcoating is for birthday cakes and denial, neither of which helped me when I was scraping together grocery money.
Fair enough.
You want soft? Call your mom. You want truth? Keep texting me.
I think I'll take the truth.
Good, because I don't do pity parties.
Thanks, Mallory, for being straight with me.
Don't thank me, just listen and protect yourself. No one else will.
I will, I promise.
Don't promise me, promise yourself.
Okay.
And Ellie?
Yeah?
When he asks you to co-sign a loan next month, run.
So, that's it, huh? You win? They all went back to their moms?
It's not a game, Howard. They're with people who actually show up.
Yeah, because you turned them all against me! Don't pretend you didn't have a hand in this.
I didn't have to do anything. You handled that just fine on your own.
No, don't gaslight me. You always made me look like the bad guy. You let them see me struggle and then played the saint who cleaned it all up. You acted like I was useless, like I didn't matter. And now they're gone, Mallory. All of them, with their mothers. And I'm the jerk who got left behind.
Maybe because they got tired of waiting for you to try.
I did try! I had plans! I had things I wanted to fix! But you always jumped in first! You never let me figure it out!
I jumped in because someone had to. You were figuring it out while the rent was late and the fridge was empty.
It's just... it was easier when you were around!
Easier how?
I don't know. You had this system. You just handled everything. Even when we were fighting, you still kept it all going. I didn't have to think about the bills or school stuff or forms or anything. I could breathe. And now I can't even keep track of whose socks belong to which kid. Ellie's mad, the kids are gone, and I feel like I'm drowning.
Welcome to the life I lived for years.
I wasn't built for this kind of stress, okay? I just wanted a calm, happy family, but everything's falling apart!
No, Howard. You wanted someone else to build a calm, happy family while you kicked back and coasted through it.
I didn't sign up to be the bad guy!
Then stop acting like one.
Ellie keeps looking at me like I'm supposed to have the answers, but I don't! I never did! You did! You always did!
Because I had no choice. Because if I didn't do it, nobody would.
It hurts, okay? Knowing that all the kids went to their moms and none of them picked me.
Maybe they would have if they ever felt like they could rely on you.
I thought I was doing enough. I thought being there sometimes was better than not at all.
Sometimes doesn't build trust. Sometimes doesn't cut it.
So what? I'm just supposed to accept that I failed? That everyone left me because I wasn't good enough?
I'm saying it's time to be better, for once.
You make it sound so easy.
It's not. It never was. But you have a child now, a new one, and you've run out of people to blame. Ellie needs support. That baby needs stability. And frankly, you've wasted enough time feeling sorry for yourself. You want to prove you're not just some walking disappointment? Then grow up, show up, and start being a father for the first time in your life.
Hey, got a lot to tell you.
Should I grab popcorn or a fire extinguisher?
Lol, I deserve that. Look, I know you had every right to be mad at me. I was the villain in your story. For a while, at least. I didn't get it back then. I thought I was stepping into some fairy tale, and I didn't care whose world I was wrecking to get there. But I see it now. I see what I did. I know what I took, and I don't expect forgiveness. I just want you to know I get it.
Okay, go on.
So, about Howard. I gave it to him straight, like no sugarcoating, no tiptoeing. I told him flat out if he wanted to stay in this house, he had to grow up. No more sulking, no more hiding behind excuses. I told him I'm not his mother and I'm not his maid. I told him he had one job now. Show up, be a real man, be the kind of father his kids could trust for once. And if he couldn't do that, he could pack up and get out.
Wow.
I meant every word, and he listened, like actually listened. 3 weeks later, he got a job, a real one, steady hours, full benefits, no under-the-table nonsense. He's been waking up early, wearing collared shirts, packing his own lunch. I barely recognize him sometimes. And the best part? I handle everything else. The budget, the bills, the calendar. I run the house. He makes the money, but he doesn't make the decisions. Not anymore. I do. I told him straight up, if he wants a roof and a family, he follows my rules now. And so far, he's actually doing it.
Honestly, I'm impressed. I didn't think anyone could get through to him. You might just be the first woman in his life to make him step up. I mean, he's tried to pretend before, play house, act like the man of the hour, but it always fell apart. Maybe you finally figured out the trick. He doesn't need praise. He needs a damn checklist. I'm not saying he's fixed, but if you've really got him working and respecting structure, then girl, you might be performing miracles. Just don't let him slide. Keep the line hard. No wiggle room. That's how you keep him honest. I know we have something of a colored past, but for what it's worth, I'm rooting for you. It's been 3 months since Ellie told me how things were going. She gave birth to a little girl, healthy, loud, and apparently already ruling the house. Howard didn't pass out, even held her hand the whole time, or so I've been told. He's still working, same job, still showing up, no call-ins, no midweek disappearances, and as far as I can tell, no screw-ups. Ellie's got the house running like a business. She keeps the lights on, the budget balanced, and the fridge full, and she still finds time to make him lunch. I haven't seen it firsthand. I don't need to. I hear enough to know she's keeping things steady. A few weeks after the baby came, I went ahead and filed a statement with the court. Told them I no longer needed child support or alimony. Not because I forgot what he did, not because he earned a gold star, but because Ellie's doing the heavy lifting now. She's the one steering the ship, and if Howard's finally cleaning up after himself, I don't see the point in holding on out of spite. It wasn't a gift. It was a clean break. I didn't tell them. I didn't announce it. I just signed the papers and walked away. They've got a baby now, a real shot, maybe, at building something better. So for once, I'm staying out of it, watching from a distance, and hoping, quietly, that they don't waste it.
Hey, Mara, what was all of that about? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're going on about right now. Please stop playing dumb with me. Why was the key to the house changed on me while I've been out? I never heard anything from anybody about how it was going to be changed today. Right now I can't even unlock the door to let myself in. There was no reason for anyone to tell you about it happening. Had someone told you, then there would have been no point to the rest of my plan. My plan was to punish you by doing so. I really don't get why you want to be punishing me right now. Did I do anything to you recently that's made you upset with me? Huh? Oh, don't start telling me you have no idea what I'm talking about. The fact that you're my son's wife of all people means you shouldn't be going out again late into the night to drink and play around. To drink and play around? I think you're a bit mistaken, Mara. I had to stay late at work again tonight, and that ended up going until 10 p.m. before I was able to end my shift and come home. Stop lying to me about having to work overtime. I want a jobless and useless woman like you out of my house. Why do you continue to think that everything I'm telling you about my job is a lie? You take a look at your husband and learn your place right now. Marcus happens to be working for one of the largest companies in the state, and even while he's doing all of that hard work, he comes home during the middle of the day to work remotely because he's always worried about me. Unlike you, who's always leaving this house and me behind, he's actually here caring for his family. What I'm about to say is just words. But that son of yours who is always around the house with you never once does anything to actually take care of you or the house. Things like cleaning, laundry, and cooking are all things I've been having to do, right? So don't start telling me to take a look at what my husband is doing when all he's doing is coming home to do absolutely nothing all day long. Marcus is my son, which means that he doesn't have to do any housework here. And also, he happens to be making $30,000 a month at his job, which is more than enough for me. A deadbeat like yourself having to do all of the chores here is the only thing you're good for anymore. Right. I get what's going on here now. You're being made to believe something that really isn't true at all now. Huh? I'm not listening to my son's wife talk about nonsense now. Anyhow, you're going to stay outside for the night and let the cold January air cool your head off for me. But make sure you're still around for tomorrow so that you can get all the chores done. If you're not here to do them, I will never forgive you. This is beyond unreal. Mara, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get me to shut up anymore if that's the way you're going to act. And I'm not going to shut up anymore either with how you've been behaving. Always making such a big deal out of absolutely nothing at all. What do you mean by that? You have no right saying that to me now after you just punched someone in the face with your frickin' ashtray. I was just letting the parasite that decided to take a nap on the couch know that I will not allow her to slack off. I was just laying down for 5 minutes. Because I had nowhere to sleep last night, being locked out of the house, I had to go to the nearest fast food joint and sit there working all night long. And yet I still made sure to come back here this morning to do all the chores for you, right? I have done everything I was asked to do by you and Marcus. Oh, don't start acting like you're all that when all you ever do is some hopeless part-time job. Part-time job? So now you're thinking that the only thing I do all day is work a part-time job? That's what Marcus told me about you. He told me to stop taking all my anger out on you so much for what you've been doing, but I have been at my limits for long enough here. Oh, Marcus is such a kind little man. And so instead of listening to what your son told you, you instead took a metal ashtray and smacked me upside the head with it, sending me to the hospital? You really think that me hitting you in the head like that required you to go see a doctor? I'm getting really, really fed up with your lame jokes. I'm sure you're not even at the hospital right now and are instead out drinking and playing around again, right? I am going to get the documents from my doctor and I'll come home and show you I wasn't kidding. Things like that can be faked using a computer very easily. You're not going to fool me with any of that. I need my son to divorce this night owl whore as soon as possible for me. All you are is the complete bitch that's taking advantage of my Marcus to live life without ever having to take any responsibility for anything. Excuse me, Marcus? So what you're telling your mom is that I'm not only a part-time worker now, but that I go out and screw around all night while drinking? From what I can see, all you've been doing now is trying to make yourself look like a polished pile of crap right in front of your mom, telling her such things about your wife.
Lena, I had no other choice, alright? My mom has always had really high hopes for me as her son. Ever since my dad ended up divorcing her like that, I've only been a family that she's had. You can understand that for me, right?
So what you're going to tell me this time is that I just have to endure being treated like crap all because you have to make yourself look semi-decent in front of your mom?
Nobody ever said you had to be treated like crap. Are you really that irritated with me right now?
Of course I frickin' am. You even heard how loud your mom was yelling at me today when you were in your bedroom, right? And no excuses about your door being closed so you couldn't hear any of it either, because she was so loud that it made the walls shake. Seriously, dude, that freaking hurt like a bitch.
I see. But I'm asking you to please just bear through it for me. Making a massive deal out of this would only make more problems for me, right?
Excuse me?
I am really trying my very best right now, okay? But don't think that it's only you having to put up with how tough things are here. And in the past, you were the one who was helped by me, right? So, how about you help me out a little now by bearing with it for the time being?
In other words, what you're saying is that you don't care that your own mom assaulted me with an ashtray and won't do anything else to try and get her to calm down? Marcus, is that seriously what you're saying?
My mom is related to me by blood. When it comes to you, you're not related to either one of us by blood, making you kind of like a stranger in this household. Makes sense why you're not at the top of our list, right?
Listen here. If you don't cut that crap right the hell now, you are going to really piss this sleeping giant off.
I get it. I really have no other choice then, do I? I'll go have another talk with her about all this. Will that be enough for me to make you happy again? Now, I have a lot going on right now, so I have to go.
Lena, I seem to have had a really big misunderstanding about you up until now. Mara, what exactly did you have such a big misunderstanding about? It sounds like I really didn't take the time to understand you like I should have been before. After having my son come out and explain everything to me about you, I was finally able to realize the wrongs of my ways with you. So I'm very sorry about everything I've done to you today and yesterday. Mara, if you're really aware of who I am now, then I suppose that's some great news to my ears. That's right. Really, Marcus is such a good little boy. The fact that he was willing to take you as his wife and never abandon such a mentally handicapped woman like you. Huh? The real reason you had to go to the hospital yesterday was to go see your psychiatrist, right? I finally understand how things have been for you. Even if you've been a total pain in the butt for everyone in this family, that behavior isn't truly you, but your mental illness, right? Back in my day, people were never very accepting of things like that, hence why I was so unaware of the person you really are and the disabilities you have. Hold on. What are you actually going on about right now? I never went to the hospital to go see a psychiatrist. I was there getting my head treated after you went and screwed it up with that metal ashtray. But, Lena, someone with a mental handicap, a mental illness, aren't able to work normal jobs like the rest of us people, right? Marcus never told me anything about what you've been going through all this time. Oh, he really is the nicest boy ever, trying to protect you from my ignorance. But even if you are mentally disabled, that does not give you permission to be my son's wife. I'm going to have to ask you to pack up your things and leave this house at once for me. Seriously, I'm not screwing around at all right now, you rotten bitch. That damn Marcus. I guess it's true that if the parents are both complete and total piles of rotten trash, so is their kid. What? No way. So you really are that kind of a toxic woman. You are a monster for trying to deceive me. I'm going to have to protect my son from such a beast as you right now. Ugh, screw this shit. I am leaving your house right now. But are you 100% certain that that's what you want to happen? Because the moment I start packing up all my stuff and head out the door, that's it for me and I'm never coming back. I'm totally okay with you getting the hell out of our lives. I want you to disappear right now. Being able to finally exterminate such a pest from my life, from my son's life, makes me feel so much relief. Excuse me, Lena, what's going on here? We just got a notice in the mail about the payments on this house's rent, and we're being told that there's been no money that's been transferred to the housing company. Oh, don't tell me that you took all the money that was being used to pay for this house before you left. The account that's used to pay the rent on that house was shared between Marcus and I, so that can't be the case. Then why was the rent not paid when it should have been? I don't know, nor do I care. If you really want to know the answer to that, then go talk with your $30,000 a month son instead of me. He's the one with his name on the place after all, and he's the one you wanted living with you. So don't start asking me like you were expecting me to be paying the rent when you just kicked me out of there and also made it sound like I have no money. Well, Marcus told me that since you're no longer here, there's no way for us to pay that rent. In other words, this proves that you stole the money from us, right? Well, so far you haven't been able to prove anything. I seriously do not get it. After all that's happened to his own wife this past week and a half, he's still going to lie to you about all of it? What are you talking about? What kind of lies are he telling me still? Are you really saying that my son Marcus is to blame for all of this? Is that really the way a wife like you should be talking about your husband, for God's sake? Honestly, I am going to have to figure out some way that'll get you to understand your position in this family. I'm not listening to anything a completely lost old hag has to say to me. What did you say? As for that $30,000 a month that you always love to talk about, I'm the one making it. What? Currently, with my online business that's been doing wonders for me, I've been able to operate and run multiple businesses. And when taking all of those businesses into account, I have exactly 100 employees working for me. What? In other words, my income has been the one thing that's allowed for both you and your son to continue having a roof over your heads and food on the table. Things like the gas, the water, the internet have all been paid for by me each month. And the same thing goes for the taxes on that place and the rent itself. Really, the only person between the three of us that's not done jack this whole time has been your son. The reason behind there being no more money left in that account probably starts with your son having used it all up already. What? You think I'm about to start believing a word you just said to me? What kind of a business are you talking about? Oh, I get it now. You're running some kind of an illegal business online now, aren't you? An illegal business? If that's the kind of thing you're going to start calling my career, then let's take a look at your own flesh and blood. He's been the one illegally importing goods to then sell on the black market after all. The black market? He likes to import things discreetly using smaller boats and then sell those really cheap items for insanely expensive prices on the black market, labeling them as real, authentic items. But so far, he's had a tough time getting any customers to stick around and buy from him, leaving him with only around $30 a month in income. You're lying about that. My son is working for one of the largest and most famous companies in the state. And he was fired from that company years ago. All he's been since that happened is a jobless nobody that likes to try sticking his hands in illegal business. Go ahead and tell him what I'm about to say to you. If he doesn't start telling the truth to you about me right now, I'm going to stop paying the rent on that house forever. And who do you think you are saying things like that? Are you really going to start talking trash about my son, your husband? Hey, you answer me right now. Lena!
Yo, Lena! I'm not playing any more games with you now.
You're not wanting to play these games, but you're the one that wanted to start playing them so badly that you went and talked trash about your own wife to your mom. How come after all the horrible lies you've told her about me, you think you can still talk like I have to listen to you?
I told you already, I feel bad for doing all of that.
You already... Not once have you ever said you felt bad for doing any of those things to me. All you've done is say you have no other choice and that you have to continue licking your mom's boots or else she'll be sad or some crap.
Stop being so nitpicky here. Now you just come back to the house.
You already know that I'm not wanting to do that anymore.
Why not?
Not only has this crap between your mom and I been going on forever now with you lying to her all the time about me, but just the other day she smacked me in the face with a frickin' ashtray and it broke my skin open. And you have not stepped in once to make this any better for me, the one that's being abused by her. I've come to think that you actually enjoy escalating all of this fighting and don't really feel bad at all for what's happened to me.
I get that things have been bad lately. And it's the truth that I've been pushing a lot of the blame and such onto you, so that my mom won't become mad at me for the things I've been up to. But really soon here, I'm going to be successful, okay? I'll become a freelancer like yourself doing good business. And you were able to exceed there, right? I get that it's taking time for me to get there, but I'm so close to bringing in loads of money like you've been doing for us.
Where's the proof of that then?
I don't have anything concrete just yet, but you get what I'm saying, right?
No, I do not. Because so far the only thing I've ever seen out of you these past few years is your lazy ass always in bed sleeping in and never getting up to even make your own food. You think that way of living is going to make you the same as me overnight? And even if you were able to become freelance yourself, would it really make you look good? I've been doing it for a long time at home, yet your mom chose to still call me a useless, unemployed woman because I never left the house.
I'm well aware of that.
I had to pay for an office to go to every day in order to get away from her and make her realize that I do, in fact, have a job. And that's what I've been doing since then. But while I had to go through all of that for no good reason at all, you have been sitting there the whole time doing nothing but enjoying your leisurely self. When you leave the house, you're doing what again? Going out to see how your fake products are selling? Shut the hell up, Marcus. Shut your goddamn mouth, Marcus.
Having to work from home was like that sometimes.
Where the hell is your $30,000 a month then that you've been lying to your mom about? All you ever make is the same amount of money most kids are given in their allowance per month.
You're supposed to be appreciative of me.
Appreciative of you? Did you ever once help me in the past? Listen here, bud. I really am thankful that you were able to find my purse, pick it up, and give it back to me. I'm sure that's what ended up kicking off our relationship to one another. But are you really going to sit there for the rest of your life saying that picking up my $20 purse from a secondhand store, which had nothing in it at all, is something I need to be appreciating you for every single day? If that's something you think I should be praising you for doing, then let's think about what I've done for you ever since you lost your job years ago, and for your mom. Where the hell is that appreciation you should have for me moving into your family's house, paying all the rent and other bills, feeding the both of you, and having to do all the chores while working over 60 hours a week myself?
I am very thankful for what you've done. But I'm really trying my best over here.
Shut your frickin' mouth. I am not forgiving either one of you anyway, so screw this conversation.
Yo?
How's about a good old-fashioned divorce? Just having to sit on my phone talking to either one of you causes me to sweat with anger.
Something like that is way too quick, right?
Way too quick, you say? Nothing about a divorce happening now is too quick. I have been putting up with you and your mom for a very long time now. The only reason you're saying this is too quick is because you've been so disconnected from reality that you never were able to see me losing interest in both you and your family, right? For a while, I didn't even want to have to live with a divorce under my belt at my age, but you know what? Once I explained the reasoning behind such a divorce, anybody would be able to sympathize with me. I'm just wasting my time now sitting here working my ass off trying to stay alive when your mom is trying to kill me, and you're sitting around wasting my money.
Huh? Stop acting like such a victim now. So you think you can just get away with saying that all this has been a pain for you and nobody else?
I sure as hell do think that, and I will. Your mom is the literal definition of a bitchy fat whale who does nothing but sit around on that lazy boy of hers watching dramas all day. And I've had to do all the chores for you guys while my cunt of a husband does nothing but sit in his room laying in bed playing video games while telling his whale lies about me being a whore who goes out to drink all night. What the hell was I thinking putting up with this for so long while also having to support you both like you're my freaking pets? You both are insects, literal parasites.
That's just right now, though.
Who the hell do you think is going to believe that when this has been going on for years, Marcus? Even if you try to do anything to me after today, I'm cutting ties to you and your mom and won't be seeing you guys anymore. This is what the both of you deserve after what you've done to me. All you've been is manipulative little assholes who thought they could continue to treat me like I'm less than family. So here you go. Lena, please, come back here and help us out. Oh, damn it, I forgot to block your number yesterday. Now that you've reminded me to, goodbye. Wait, at least listen to what I have to tell you first about our situation. No thanks. I don't care about either of you guys anymore and will not do anything for you no matter what you tell me. I heard about everything after talking with Marcus. You'd been working your butt off for the both of us this whole time without ever saying much of a word. However, that got me nothing in return besides years of my money being wasted on the both of you as well as my time. I never thought that my Marcus would get into a company like that, only to end up being fired from there half a year later. And I hear the company he joined happened to be the same one your husband was running before you guys got that divorce. He took on your guys' son, feeling bad for him after having to leave you both, but found out soon after that he was useless trash to the company. Marcus told me that he left his job there due to his health or some BS. But the real reason happened to be that he caused a scandal there. What? He never told me anything about that. And what exactly do you know about all that stuff? The company his dad runs is one of my customers. And when I went to him asking about what happened with his son and the job he had there, he opened up to me about everything he'd done. Your son's a massive dumbass that thought he could get away with stealing loads of the company's money. Your ex-husband even told me to give up on your guys' son as he's not worth it. No way! My Marcus would never do something like that! Even after all the lies he's told you, you're still going to latch on to him like he's some precious and kind baby? I said both your ex and you were stupid before, but now I can see it's only you who's lacking any brain cells. I don't really care about anything else you have to blabber on about to me now, so I'm blocking you. I told you to wait just a second, please! What is with you asking me to wait without there being any real reason to? You're actually more annoying than that pile of crap's son, you know? Do you even have a heart inside that chest of yours? You have to understand what's going on here already. No, I don't. I don't care to and won't be listening to you about what's happened. If you leave the both of us, who will be around to take care of us in this house? Oh, Jesus freaking Christ. Ask your waste of a child to try getting out of his bed for once to do that for you. No way! Marcus keeps telling me he doesn't want to work as a company employee ever again. And I've been a housewife all my life, so I've never worked a day in my life for the past 30 years. Then here's the perfect chance for you. Being in your 60s now with literally nothing to put on your resume may be a tough hire for most, but I'm sure that someone somewhere would love to have you as part of their team. Then how about you go ahead and hire my son to come and work for you? Having someone you're married to working for you won't be so bad, right? You already know how great of a kid he is after all. Huh? Are you even listening to me right now? He's the kind of scum that literally begged for his dad to hire him because he couldn't find anywhere else to go. And then after being hired, he started a scandal, stealing large amounts of the company's money from underneath his own dad's nose. Who the hell would want to hire a creature like that? He's your husband, right? Why are you such a cold wife to him? All right, you're blocked. What? Wait, Lena, hold on. Lena! I said hold on! Lena, how dare you block me like that when I was still talking? Oh my God, you have another number? I had to in case something like this were to ever happen. Now how dare you block your own mother-in-law's number like that when you're my son's wife? If I can remember this correctly, you guys were saying that me not being related to you both by blood meant that I was like a stranger. He told me that 5 times, actually. I'm sure he was just saying those things to get you to shut up. He never actually meant any of it, and neither did I. So can you please come back to us and talk this all out? I made sure to leave the door unlocked for you. Screw off. The next time you'll be hearing from me is when my lawyer gets involved and has a word with you both. Your lawyer? What do you mean by that? I'm already divorcing your son, of course, but I've also made sure to file a criminal report against you both. What? Why would you do that? So you're the one who's been mentally handicapped this whole time. After hitting me in the head with a metal ashtray, you just assumed nothing else would come of it? Well, that was you assaulting me. And for a reason that literally made no sense at all. That was a great crime you committed there, so have fun when you face the judge. Now you're just taking things way too far. That was just an instance between a woman and her daughter-in-law, right? You literally cut my head open with that hit, so I'm not staying quiet anymore. I have the medical reports from after the doctor had to stitch my head up at the ER, and you left me with a concussion. So good luck fighting this in court. I've also made sure to talk with Marcus's dad about all of this, and he said that I have his full support. What? Seems that your husband divorced you for some of the same reasons I'm divorcing your son over now. For someone who doesn't do anything at all, you're really good at making others feel like they're at fault for everything. I can see why after having to deal with your helpless ass for so long, he lost the love you once had. Yet even after that divorce was said and done, you continued to harass him, and he had to take things even further by getting a restraining order placed on you. Damn. You frickin' monster! How much more are you going to make me seem like an idiot before you're happy? No wonder Marcus was always taking all your money from you. Besides money, you're no good for anything. Ugh. Shut your frickin' mouth, you fat hog of an old bitch! What? Today really is a day of celebration, isn't it? So that's the only anger I'll be showing now. After all, in a little bit, both you and that good-for-nothing runt you vouch for all the time won't have any more food to eat, no roof over your heads, and no money in your pockets. What are you saying? I mean, you and Marcus won't be able to afford to buy food or pay for that place anymore, right? And since you'll have to start paying off a settlement to me, there's no hope for you guys even if you find jobs. I have all the evidence I need as well, by the way, so there's no other outcome at this point. No way! Did you know that every single day you would yell at me, and on the day you would hit me, I was recording it? Both with video and audio, just to make sure I got it all. And since I was the only one ever cleaning the house, you guys would never have found the mics I hid, or the cameras. And when you attacked me while I was sleeping on the couch, I have that in 4K. You've had plenty of years now to act like spoiled bitches, so now it's your turn to take a little responsibility for all your actions. No! I'm sorry. Oh, this is all my fault. I just misunderstood so many things was all. And the fact that my baby Marcus was so dang cute, I had no choice but to spoil him. You are a part of our family. You're the most important member of our family. The fact that you call your son, who is in his 30s now, a cute little baby, is so cringe that I'd gouge my eyes out with spoons if I had some to use. But luckily, I am shaking in my seat right now over how much I want to say goodbye to the both of you jackasses forever now. So from here on out, please don't ever talk to me or come near me ever again. No way! We'll be in so much trouble. Please do something to help us. How about you do something to help me for a change? Take that phone of yours and crush it under your foot right now. Huh? I said, take that phone of yours, put it on the ground, and then stomp on it. You see, you and your son are both the most meaningless people I've ever had the misfortune of being around. And, well, I want you both to suffer for what you've done to me, so crush your phone. That way you won't ever be able to talk to me again, no matter how many times you change your number, right? And after all the help I'd done for you guys already, I think one favor from you is fair. It's such a relief to have finally exterminated pests like you from my life. After all of that, I was able to safely and successfully get that divorce I'd been wanting from Marcus. And along with his mom, I was able to get a settlement of over $30,000 from the both of them. This then put them into instant debt, and with no way to pay for their rent, they were both kicked out of their house within weeks and sent to the streets. So right now, they're both living under a bridge not too far from their house, enjoying their lives as homeless people in this nice, crisp, cold January weather. It seems that Marcus isn't even bothering with his business anymore, and even though he'll have to start looking for work again, with the way he acts and behaves, there's no way he's actually going to start doing so. I wish I could have had more time to try and teach him that sitting around in his room all day in his 30s wasn't a good idea, but being forced to do everything for that family made that the least of my worries. And let's be real here, that wouldn't have really changed his outcome anyway. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
My goodness, Angie, I just heard an incredible story. Your husband was quite an impressive businessman, wasn't he? And the company he worked for was one of the biggest in the state. Apparently, he was slated to become an executive someday, maybe even have a seat on the board of directors.
Oh, hello, Melody. Yes, that's right. At the time, he was the head of his department, and the company did have pretty high expectations of him. Did Sawyer tell you about him?
That's right. I was curious about where his father worked, so we talked for a little bit about him. Isn't it a shame, though? How long has it been since he passed away? 15 years?
A bit more than that, but you're in the ballpark.
When I think that the man set to marry my daughter might have been the son of a high-powered executive, it's enough to bring a tear to my eye. What a terribly unfortunate twist of fate.
Yes, his father's passing was really difficult for him, and for me as well. But I know that my husband would be incredibly proud of the man that Sawyer has become. He has a great job, and now he's going to get married to a lovely girl. Imagine my shock when I found out that she was the daughter of one of my old classmates.
I just about fell out of my seat when I heard the news. Isn't it ironic, though? Your mother was a single mother, and then what happens to you? Your husband dies on you just like your father did. Oh, you poors just don't have any luck, do you? It must be in your DNA.
What do you want, Melody? Why did you text me? For the record, I'm doing my absolute best not to let our relationship have any impact on my son's relationship with your daughter.
Oh, I agree entirely. And that's why I think the best thing to happen would be for you to remove yourself from the picture.
Excuse me?
Please, Angie, we graduated from high school decades ago. You should be able to read plain English. I don't want a filthy, good-for-nothing single mother like you anywhere near my family. Tell your son goodbye and go live somewhere far, far away from here. And do it before the wedding.
Sorry, Melody, but that is absolutely not happening. I already got my invitation. I don't know who you think you are, but you have no right to make me part ways with my own son.
Well, I see you're just as stubborn and stupid as you were in school. This is your final warning, Angie. Do not come to the wedding. If you do, then so help me God, I will make sure you know your place before the day's end.
I don't really think God's going to help you on this one, Melody. Good evening, Sawyer. I wanted to thank you for sending me my wedding invitation. I just got it in the mail today.
Oh, that's awesome! Thanks for letting me know. I'm sorry I haven't been able to come and see you very much lately, Mom.
It's totally all right, dear. I know you're busy with your work.
Yeah, my work is part of it, but a big part of it is my fiancé's parents. Like, I don't know what their deal is, but they're demanding that I stop coming to see you so much after we get married. My apartment is close to their house, and they're coming over almost every other day lately. They're telling me about all the things I'm gonna have to do for them once I'm married, criticizing how disorganized my room is. It's kind of a lot to deal with. I've been meaning to talk to Julia one of these days about moving somewhere else after we get married.
Goodness gracious, I'm terribly sorry you have to deal with all of that.
Yeah, it's not fun, but it's something I just have to deal with. I mean, that's what I get for marrying the daughter of the chairman of the board at my company. So, I'm gonna do the best that I can to be respectful, or else I might just ruin my family life or my professional life. But I don't think I'll be able to put up with it if they really are determined to keep me from seeing you. The entire reason I've worked so hard all my life is because I want to pay you back for everything you've done for me. Does that make me a mama's boy?
Sawyer, you're the best son I could have asked for, but you don't need to be worried about me. You need to do what's best for you and your fiancé. Once she's your wife, she becomes your #1 priority.
Okay, well, I don't want you worrying too much about me either. I know how hard things have been for you ever since Dad died. You were always there for me no matter what, so now it's my turn to be there for you no matter what.
Thank you so much, Sawyer. Your father would be so proud to hear you say that. I'm looking forward to seeing your wedding.
Yeah, me too, Mom. Okay, I gotta go now. I got some work to finish up before I hit the hay tonight. Love you, Mom. Talk to you soon.
I love you too, dear. Good night. Excuse me, Melody, I was wondering if you could clear something up for me. Why do I not have a seat? The venue staff told me that they had been informed that the mother of the groom had a last-minute change of plans and wouldn't be attending today. As such, they had removed my seat and arranged the remainder of the chairs accordingly. This was surprising to me, since I did not have any change of plans. I asked them who it was who told them that I wasn't going to come, and they said it was you. So, anything to say for yourself?
Oh dear, I'm afraid all the working-class food you've been eating all these years has resulted in a malnourished brain. You mean to tell me that you forgot? I told you that I was going to show you your place if you dared to show up today. This wedding is only for family, friends, and valued colleagues, and none of those apply to you. We don't have any room for filthy, impoverished, welfare recipient single mothers in the seating area, so either stand in the back to watch the wedding or leave. And I would greatly appreciate you choosing the latter option. I would rather your ugly face not appear in any of the wedding pictures.
You really haven't changed one bit since high school, Melody. I don't care if you hate me, I am used to it, but I will not allow you to act out your petty little vendetta against me at our children's wedding. I thought you said you wanted to keep them out of it.
Did I say that? Oh, oopsie-doopsie, I must have forgotten. You might be used to it, but I'll never get used to your irksome presence. Sawyer is a bright young man, a hard worker, and my husband tells me he has great promise. But then you had to come along with him and ruin it completely. Have you ever tried to stand in Sawyer's shoes? If you ask me, I bet he wishes that it was you who got sick and died 15 years ago, not his father. My Sawyer would never think that way about me. He might not say it, no, but he's definitely thinking it. The only reason he doesn't say it is because he's used to holding back his true feelings about you. He probably spent his childhood in fear that if he ever stood up to you, you'd refuse to feed him properly.
This is unbelievable, Melody, even for you. Fine, that does it. I am leaving and I am taking my son with me.
What?
Sawyer's standing next to me right now and he's seen our entire conversation.
Nonsense, you're bluffing, I know it. I saw him walk into his dressing room earlier. He's getting ready for the wedding right now.
Actually, I texted him before I texted you to let him know what was going on. He told me that he would walk to the staff and get them to set out a chair for me, and he's been with me ever since.
You're lying. It's not going to work on me. I'm far too intelligent to believe your low IQ lies.
I'm not lying, and I hope you know how furious Sawyer is at you right now.
Nonsense. Sawyer's 10 times the person you are. He'll take my side for sure.
I could only hope to be half the person my mom is. I can tell you for sure, though, that she's 10,000 times the person you are. I couldn't believe my eyes when I read your texts. Is this how you've always treated my mom?
Oh, no. Oh, Sawyer, is that really you?
I never knew that you and my mom were old classmates until today. I guess you were the class bully, huh? And you picked on my mom because her dad died when she was young?
Oh, look, Sawyer, you don't know anything about my history with your mother. This is just our running gag. We always took shots at each other. I didn't mean any of it. Neither of us did.
Sorry, that low IQ lie isn't gonna work on me. I'm going to tell the guests who have already arrived what the situation is. You can leave whenever you like. This wedding is over.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Sawyer. Today is my daughter's wedding. Most of the company's executives and our clients are in attendance today. This is an important event for us to boost our image.
Our image? Who is the our in there? You mean you and your husbands? Are you saying this wedding was really all for you and not for her?
Oh, that's not true at all.
Sometimes I wonder why Julia hasn't told me very much about her childhood. But I'll bet she was used to holding back her true feelings about you. She probably spent her entire childhood in fear that if she ever stood up to you, you'd refuse to feed her properly.
How dare you? Are you accusing me of abusing my daughter?
I'm only using your own words against you. It hurts to be on the receiving end, doesn't it?
Are you sure you want to take such an impudent attitude with me? My husband is the board chairman at your company. I could get him to fire you anytime I please.
Thanks for saying that by text. Now I'll have all the evidence I need to prove a wrongful termination case.
You can't do that.
I can and I will if you actually were stupid enough to pull a stunt like that. In any case, I'm off to the chapel to tell all the guests that the bride's mother has acted unforgivably rude toward my mother. I'm aware that there may be some people in there who will be upset that they came out all this way just to have the wedding canceled. But I think I have a better chance of finishing the day with my reputation intact than you do.
I don't believe this. You're not actually going to leave, are you? Well, think about your future, Sawyer. Are you really prepared to throw away a secure career over your mother? Sawyer? Sawyer! Well, congratulations, Angie. You left, and guess what? Now both you and your idiot son are finished. All the guests at the wedding seemed like they were shocked when Sawyer told them all those lies about me. But not to worry, I'll soon correct the record. I'll tell them all the truth about you and Sawyer, and then everyone will side with me.
You should have kept your derision focused only on me, Melody. But now that you're threatening Sawyer too, I'm afraid I'm going to have to do something about this.
And what exactly are you going to do, A poor widow and her mama's boy's son don't scare me at all. My husband is an elite businessman in a powerful company. If you so much as look at me the wrong way, I'll have him crush you like the miserable little vermin that you are.
I've noticed something with you, Melody. All you ever talk about is your husband, but what are you exactly? It's almost like you don't even exist except as a handler for your successful husband.
That's exactly what I am. A peasant like you wouldn't understand this, but a woman's true value lies in the man she marries. I married a high-powered businessman, and that's what makes me more of a woman than you. What's the matter, Angie? Are you jealous? Don't be ridiculous. Who would be jealous of you? It's just like I thought. You have absolutely no achievements of your own. Oh, yeah? Well then, let's hear all about your accomplishments then. Let me guess, you're going to give me some nonsense about working oh so hard to raise Sawyer as a single mother?
Well, there's that too, but I was actually going to talk about my work as a client of your husband's company.
What?
I'm the CFO there, by the way.
Oh, Angie, you should have told me a more believable lie, like being a shift manager at a fast food restaurant.
It's not a lie. I'm working at the company my husband worked at before he died.
Wait, are you serious?
I sure am. I started working there shortly after my husband's funeral. I was working in another company in the same industry at the time, but I was recruited by one of my husband's former colleagues. My salary before that was definitely not going to be enough to support my son and I. And my husband's company had very generous benefits, including childcare.
All right, maybe I could believe that you have some job at that company, but CFO? Oh, not a chance. You're probably just the janitor or something.
The friend of my husband who recruited me is the current CEO, a position he inherited from his father. He's a consummate meritocrat, and he gives no consideration to race, sex, or anything, just results. And so I dedicated the following years to pumping out consistent results, and I was rewarded with advancement. An unfortunate side effect of that is that I didn't get to spend much time with Sawyer during his youth.
But Sawyer told me that you went through some incredibly hard times after your husband died.
He wasn't talking about money. That wasn't an issue. He was likely talking about how busy I was all the time. I rarely had any time to give him the attention he needed because I was always working.
I see.
Okay, so now that we've established that I am the CFO, let's talk business, shall we? Today's chaos may have been a personal, not business matter, but I'm afraid I can't simply let this slide.
I don't understand.
Oh, then I'll use small words so you'll be sure to understand. I am the CFO of a company that does a lot of business with your husband's company. At the wedding today, you were incredibly rude to me, and now there's going to be some serious consequences for that.
Hold on, I had no idea you were a CFO or anything. You can't hold that against me.
You're not going to get away by using ignorance as an excuse here. Your behavior would have been unacceptable no matter what my financial or social position was. Before today, I would have been willing to put up with your abuse if it meant our children would have a happy life together. But now I realize that it was a mistake to put up with you for this long. It's only going to keep getting worse unless I do something.
Something? What do you mean? What are you going to do?
I'm terminating my company's business relationship with your husband's company. We might be a major client for you, but to us, you're nothing more than one of our many suppliers. Honestly, the only reason we've continued to do business with you is because changing suppliers would take a lot of time and effort. But now I think it's time for us to consider other options.
Wait, you can't do that. Oh, this could destroy my husband's reputation in the company. He could lose his position as the board chairman, or worse, he could be demoted back to upper management. I'm the one you're mad at, aren't I? You don't need to take this out on my husband.
He knew the way you were treating me and he didn't stop you. That makes him just as guilty as you are. And by the way, your daughter came to apologize to me a little while ago.
She did?
I feel so bad for her. She's genuinely in love with Sawyer, that much is clear. But you were constantly interfering in their relationship, barking orders like some kind of tyrant. You should have seen the tears flowing out of her eyes while she told me how sorry she was for not standing up to you sooner. How did a monster like you end up producing a girl as decent and kind-hearted as Julia?
What do you want from me? Do you want me to do the same thing as Julia? Get on my knees in front of you and beg for your forgiveness?
No, I don't really need or want an apology from you at this point. It won't undo all the years that you've spent mocking me and my family, and it definitely won't change my mind.
Then what do you want from me? Tell me what I have to do.
I'm afraid you're going to have to think about that by yourself. But if you ask me, I'd say the best thing to happen would be for you to remove yourself from the picture.
Please stop. I can't take it anymore. How much will be enough for you, Angie? When will you have done enough to damage me? I'm sorry for everything. I take back all the nasty things I've said to you. My daughter has disowned us. She said she never wants to speak to either of us ever again. And my husband was removed as board chairman, but that's not all. He was removed from the board of directors entirely and demoted to upper management. It's my worst fears come to life. And now he's being transferred to a branch office in the middle of nowhere. Don't you get what this means? They're trying to force him to resign.
And what do you think is going to change by telling me about all that? I'm not the one who decided your husband's punishment. The other members of the board of directors did.
You took everything from me. Give me back my fabulous lifestyle. My husband is furious at me. He hasn't even spoken to me once since the wedding. At this rate, he's probably going to divorce me before the end of the month. My daughter and your son even resigned from their positions at the company, too.
Yes, that's right. My company offered them positions with better terms and they happily accepted.
You did?
I told the CEO about what happened at the wedding the other day and also showed him their very impressive resumes. The CEO was thrilled about the opportunity to gain 2 highly talented employees and immediately offered them positions in corporate headquarters.
Oh, that's not fair. If you're hiring them, you should hire my husband, too.
I should? Why?
Are you joking? My husband has decades of experience in management and served as the chairman of the board of directors for years. Why would you hire those 2 peons when you could hire someone as elite as him? With a company as big as yours, the pay and benefits would probably be even better than what he was making as board chairman. And if he hears that my connections got him hired, he'll forgive me for sure. Don't you see? This is the only way that I'll be able to save myself. I'm genuinely sorry for everything, Angie, so please, you've got to help me.
You're really sorry for everything you've done to me?
Yes, I'm really very genuinely sorry.
And you'll never do anything like that again?
Not for as long as I live, I swear. Cross my heart and hope to die.
All right. Then will you do one thing for me?
Anything, Angie. You name it, and I'll do it. You have my word.
I want you and your husband to never interfere in any of our lives again.
What do you mean?
I mean me, Sawyer, and your daughter. Never talk to any of us ever again.
If I agree to that, will you hire my husband?
If he works at the same company as Sawyer and Julia, then he'll inevitably interact with them, won't he? So no, that's completely out of the question.
Come on, Angie, that's just ridiculous.
You don't hold any of the cards here, Melody. You're the one coming to me for forgiveness, aren't you? And you really don't seem to understand just how many people you have hurt and how badly you've hurt them. Until you do, you'll never understand just how angry we all are at you.
But Angie, my livelihood is on the line. My livelihood is my entire life. If I lose my husband, I'll have nothing.
Then nothing will change because you already have nothing. All you are is a spoiled and pampered child afraid to leave the secure environment that you never earned. You used your husband's status as an excuse to look down on people you perceived as being beneath you. Just like you used your parents' status as an excuse to look down on me in high school.
But Angie, we used to be good friends, didn't we? Sure, we had sort of a falling out partway through, but don't you remember how it was our freshman year? We always sat together at lunch. We had a lot of fun talking to each other. Don't you remember the good times, Angie?
Oopsie doopsie, I must have forgot. Sorry.
Angie, please.
Goodbye, Melody. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
All right, there it is. The last box of my stuff is packed, and I'm finally ready to move. I can't believe I got all this stuff ready in just a few days.
I'm glad to hear it. Is Julia with you? How's she doing?
She's doing pretty well, considering. I guess this really was a hard decision for her to make. But I guess what happened at the wedding was enough for her to finally make up her mind.
She really is a strong girl. I have no idea how much she's had to put up with over the years. I just went to high school with Melody, but poor Julia had to live with her.
I know. I should tell you, though, Julia seems like she views you as more of a mother figure than her mom. She'd been wanting to come and see you for a while, but work and her mother's iron fist had been keeping her away. The wedding was the first time she had seen you in months, and then, well, all of that stuff happened.
I felt so sorry for her when she came to apologize after the wedding. I mean, a child having to apologize for their parents' behavior? That's just obscene.
But now that that's all over with, we're free to live our lives together however we see fit, so you don't need to worry about us anymore. I really can't thank you enough, Mom. To be honest, I feel kinda guilty about using you as a connection to get hired into your company.
Oh, if you're concerned about that, don't be. The CEO isn't the type of guy who would hire anyone based on connections alone. He didn't even bring up hiring you into the company at all until I showed him your resumes. Once I did that, his face lit up immediately. Then he turned to me and said, "When can they start?" So the job offers he gave you were the product of your own hard work, not anything I said or did.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mom. It's thanks to you that I became the man that I am today, and also that I'll now get to spend my life with the woman that I love, free from outside interference. I was sad after Dad died, but because you were always there for me, I never once felt alone.
What? But, Sawyer, I was always at work. I left you alone with the company's daycare service most days of the week.
I know you were always busy, but even back then I knew that you were doing everything for me. I thought that since you were being strong and working hard, that I had to be strong too. You inspired me to give my all in school, sports, everything. We might not have been physically together, but you were always in my heart, and I was always in yours. That's why I never felt alone.
Oh, Sawyer.
So again, thank you for everything, Mom. The biggest blessing I ever received was being born as your son.
Me too, sweetheart. I am truly a blessed woman to have a son as wonderful as you.
Man, I was really hoping to be able to use that line in my speech at the wedding. I bet there wouldn't have been a dry eye in the entire room.
Well, for what it's worth, there isn't a dry eye in this room right now either. Later on, I heard from Sawyer that Julia was originally raised by her grandparents, not her parents. However, once they got too old to live by themselves, they moved into a nursing home, and Julia's parents moved into her grandparents' house with her. And it was on that day that her peaceful and happy childhood came to an end. Melody's husband had spent decades standing idly by as his wife spiraled further and further out of control, but once the consequences came rolling in, he divorced her instantly. He resigned from his company and took a new job working in a small local business. He also got stuck with paying the cancellation fees for the wedding, but he ended up suing Melody to make her pay for half. So now Melody is living in a small apartment downtown and working multiple part-time jobs in order to pay her bills. Sawyer also said that Melody tried begging her daughter for help, but once Melody's family caught wind of what was going on, they swooped in immediately to put a stop to it. Sawyer and Julia never told her where they moved to, so she'll have a very difficult time finding them. As for myself, with Melody out of the picture, I'm able to spend much more time with Sawyer and Julia than ever before. They're coming by the house in the next week for the first time as husband and wife, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I was so happy to hear Sawyer tell me that he didn't feel alone after my husband died. And working hard to support Sawyer was what gave me the will to go on as well. The best way I can think of to honor my late husband's memory is to continue to do all that I can to support Sawyer, Julia, and their future children.